What's up, guys? Figured I would give my review of Modern Warfare now that I've gotten max rank and I've put a considerable amount of time into this game. About 6 days played, which is saying a lot considering the game hasn't been out that long, but work's been a little bit slow and I've had some free time. So I wanted to do this review because at this point I've experienced a lot of what the game has to offer. I've gotten a nuke. I'm around a 3 KD ratio. I've played all the game modes. I know all the maps. I've really seen it all. And I feel like my perspective is valuable because I'm good at the game and I don't feel like I'm biased to hate it because right now, a lot of the reviews are just hateful to the fucking core. And there's absolutely a lot of redeemable qualities about this game. The issue is that a lot of these redeemable qualities are things that you can easily forget. A perfect example of this is there's so many people playing Call of Duty, and this one in particular, that go, I hate this game, why am I still playing it? You actively get angry as hell at the game, and I do it I do it too, but you get so mad at this game, but you can't stop playing it. Why? I'll tell you why. It's because they absolutely nailed a lot of the intangible stuff that you just don't think about. The sounds, the animations, the look, the feel of the game, all of that stuff is fantastic. Call of Duty's always been great at it, but they nailed it more this time than they ever have before. And that's why you can't put the game down. It's why it has that sticky feeling where you're like, God, why am I getting on COD? I know I'm just going to scream. But they nailed that. But you just don't think about that when you die to Dark Corner McDougal in the corner and you're like, why is he there? Why is there somebody in that corner that makes no sense? So I get it. I totally understand. So before we get into the negative stuff, let's at least gloss over the positive things because there's a lot of them. The look. The game looks great. Even in multiplayer, the operators look great. The maps look great. The guns look great. The guns sound great. The sounds are fantastic. The vehicles sound right. Everything looks, sounds, animates fantastically. When your guy is reloading his shotgun, it feels good. It looks cool. When he reloads his gun and does that cool thing, it looks and feels and sounds cool. They nailed that. The gunsmith, amazing. The create a class is decent. I would like to see the perks be a little bit more balanced, and I would love to see them go back to the Call of Duty Ghost style perks, because they had that in previous games. Like, why didn't they do that again? I don't know. But they nailed a lot of stuff. Crossplay. Wow. Crossplay is flawless. A lot of people don't even think about that, but they nailed it. I mean, without a hiccup, they have nailed crossplay. And that's not easy. Ground War. I like the Ground War as a thing. Ground War is my favorite game mode in this game, but I like that we've got 32v32. I think a lot of people, myself included, wanted to have a Battlefield-style game with Call of Duty gunplay. We got it. It's pretty fun. Are there some issues? Sure, but it's their first go about it, and it's pretty good. It's probably the best thing this game's got going for it, and that'll segue us right into the topics here. So Ground War, it's the best darn playlist in this game. I think it's probably the most popular. It's the most Call of Duty style playlist that there is. You can get away with the most in Ground War for a couple of reasons. One, there's so much sound pollution. There's so many explosions and kill streaks and things like that. You can actually move around and play the game. So that helps. Number two, it's more laid back. The skill-based matchmaking cannot work as effectively in Ground War as it can in other game modes. They can't find 63 other 3 KD players to put me in a lobby with. It's just not going to happen. So the game is playable. If they could do that, it would be miserable. Ground War is the best thing about this game. And if you're thinking about getting this game for Ground War, do it. I mean, honestly, I've been having a lot of fun with Ground War. It's been the number one thing I've played. There's a lot of depth to it. The maps, there's a lot of complexity and lots of cool little lines of sight and lots of stuff to figure out with Ground War. Even though there's not many maps, there's only 3 maps right now. I'm sure they're going to be adding even more. I feel like Ground War's got to be a priority for them. I'm sure they're seeing the numbers for Ground War and going, wow, we need to really focus on this because this is the golden goose. And it really is the best thing about this game, hands down. I'm sure they're probably kicking themselves that they didn't focus on it more than they did. But yeah, it's great. There's one big problem with Ground War, and that's that 33% of the maps are ass. Quarry is fantastic. The farm is pretty darn fun. Tvorsk, bro, that map is literal dog shit. God damn, that map is awful. The snipers, it's slow, it's boring. Nobody plays the objective. Everybody just wants to get on these fucking rooftops and snipe, and it's just so slow and boring and frustrating. It's terrible. But with that being said, playing Tovorsk Ground War is still better than playing like Piccadilly or like one of the other 10 million terrible 6v6 game maps. There's more fun to be had in Tovorsk, the worst Ground War map, than there is in a lot of other aspects of this game, which is really unfortunate. So that'll segue us to our next topic, 6v6, dude. 6v6 in this game is terrible. It's the maps make it almost irredeemably bad. I mean, there are so many bad 6v6 maps that there's only 2 good ones. I mean, that's the only thing I can really say. There's like 2 good 6v6 maps, and even those, I mean, are they really good, or is it just like they're not awful? I guess Shoot House, maybe 3 now. And Shoot House, I mean, is Shoot House actually good, or are we just like so sick of things like Piccadilly that we're like, this is a good map now? I don't even think it's good. Like, is that a good map? I really don't think so. I think this is like Stockholm Syndrome at this point. So 6v6 is just bad. It's slow. It's campy. It's not even campy. It's like hidey. That's my new word. This game, it's not even so much camping. It's not even so much like, wow, there's a guy in this corner, or there's a guy in this spot. I know he's there, and he just won't move. Wow, that's annoying. No, it's more like I get shot from a place that I didn't even see. That's 70% of my deaths are to people killing me that I can't even see them, because there's a million places to check, and even if you check that place, people are hidden. The player visibility is so bad, combined with there's a million places people could be, that it's insanely frustrating. So I don't even think this game has a camping problem. It has a hiding and visibility problem. And 6v6 is just that. It's just horrible in 6v6. Also, sound is more effective in 6v6, so it just makes the sound whoring even worse. And it's bad. I've played, not much 6v6, and I'm not planning on it. 10v10 domination, though, a bright spot. I do like 10v10 domination. It has the same issue that Ground War has, in that 33% of the maps are terrible. Euphrates Bridge is awful. There's only 3 10v10 domination maps. What's the missile one, and whatever, I can't think of the names of them. The other 2 maps that aren't Euphrates Bridge are actually pretty good. Grozny Raid is good, and Arklov, whatever. Yeah, those are the maps. Those 2 are pretty fun. Euphrates Bridge is terrible. I mean, it's fun when you're doing well because the other team is just fucked, but it's just a bad map. It's just a gridlocked map where you can't really move, and you can't really do anything, because if you want to like cross no man's land, you just can't. Like, there's a million lines of sight. If you try to go under that bridge, you're just fucking fucked. And you try to go on top of the bridge, good luck. So everybody's just kind of sitting there. I guess if you get your kill streaks on the map, it's fun. You get an AC-130 on the map, it's fun. I got a video of it. It's fun when that happens, but it's dreadful most of the time. Now let's talk about the gameplay. The gameplay, oh boy. So, we've talked about the good parts of the gameplay. The looks, the sounds, the feels. It feels good to kill people. It sounds good to kill people. It's fun running around. I mean, they nailed all that good stuff. But the problem is the movement. The movement, you're punished for doing it. You're punished for actually trying to run around and play this game, for many reasons. I mean, it's not just one thing. It's not just 3 things. It's not even just 5. It's like 10 things here. So, what's the problem? So, number 1, the reason why movement is punished is the maps. The maps have so much clutter and so much bullshit on them that there could be somebody anywhere, and you can't realistically check all of these places that people could be. There's a million different windows, a million different corners and boxes and corners, and I mean, wow, there's so many places that people could be, to the point to where 70% of my deaths, I mean, it could be my playstyle. I don't die in heads-up gunfights very often. Most of the time, it's to people that I can't see. It's just like, wow, I didn't know there was a guy there. I don't know, didn't see him, or, you know, there was no chance of me seeing him because he just came up from being prone somewhere. I mean, it's truly dreadful. I mean, I haven't had any issues with the netcode in this game, but I've heard people complaining about it, but I wouldn't know because all of my gunfights, all the times I die, are to people just shooting me that I didn't see, so it wouldn't matter anyway. It's not like I'm shooting people and then they're shooting me back and then we die. I mean, most of my kills are me killing people that aren't shooting me back either. So, like, oh, dude, it's fucking crazy. So, yeah, that's annoying. The map design is pretty ass. I mean, there's no flow to these maps. There's no, in previous Call of Duties, you could be like, all right, I'm here, my team is here, they're there, and they're going to be coming this way. Or my team is here, I'm here, they're realistically going to be coming from this way, and because I know, and I've played this map a few times, I can sort of, you can kind of predict where people are going to be, and even if you don't know, and you're sort of going into a blind, there's only so many different places, there's only so many windows, and so many different routes and lanes and things that people could be on. In this game, dude, this game is completely a game of percentages. If you're going to go and try and take that objective, just know that you can't check everything. You can't check everything, so you just gotta hope. You just gotta pray there's not some guy in that spot that you can't realistically check. And guess what? Sometimes there fucking is, and there's a guy right there, and why is he there? It makes no sense for him to be there, but he's fucking there, and you're fucked. Oh, it's annoying. So, yeah. Number 2, the terrible player visibility. I mean, come on with the player visibility. People are just hidden in this game. There's no player outlines. In previous, if you look at the Black Ops games, right? Black Ops, Black Ops 3 and 4, the characters literally have like lights on them, like so you can see them. You can't hide in a dark corner because your character has lights. I would love to see if this game have player outlines. Just add a red or a yellow outline to just a very faint outline to all of the players. That would help a lot. If you don't want to do that, let's buff recon, buff the nameplates, buff the red names, right? Have those things show up way more generously. Give people a chance, man. It's crazy how well you can hide in this game. And I mean, I've done it. I've literally set in there's a couple places on the farm map where you can literally sit in a bush, literally in the bush, and people can't fucking see you. I mean, they really have to look to see you. And pro tip, I mean, tips and tricks in this video right here. Certain operators are better than other operators because of their aesthetic, because of their look. Don't use those pink camos. I mean, you want to look styling with your pink camo? Don't use it, bro. Use a dark color. And this might sound a little, it's not racist, but it's racial. I mean, the black operator with the ghillie suit, that's a solid pick. The guy that is a full-blown ghillie suit, where you have to get 25 executions, that's another solid pick for an operator. Don't use white people. You're hearing it here first. Don't use white people in Modern Warfare, dude. I can see that white, pale-looking Casper the Ghost face way easier in that dark window or in that bush than something darker or dark green. It's true. That's why I use the operators I use. So, dude, the player visibility is just terrible. The mini map, dude, come on, man. Why did we have to change that? Right now, you can't see when people fire their guns. They don't show up on the mini map, or at least not unless there's a UAV up. That has just made not moving even better, because in previous Call of Duties, when you shot your gun, you showed up on the minimap, so if you are continuously in the same spot, continuously shooting your gun, people will know where you are. That's not a thing anymore. Now you have this compass that is really unreliable, particularly in ground war, because it's just filled with shit. And yeah, I don't know why that's a thing. Revert the minimap, bring us back that old minimap, please. The slow movement, man. Maybe the movement is the same as it's always been, but relative to the time to kill and all the other variables, it feels slow. So I'd like to see them increase that movement speed and strafe speed. Make movement better. If movement in general is better, then moving is going to be better. So I'd like to see that. The time to kill is brutally fast. I mean, if you get caught out in the open, if you look at my nuke video with that Odin setup I was rocking, I mean, I am dropping people so fast that I can't even react to it. I'm like, even I am impressed that I am killing people as fast as I'm killing them. There's no way that with lag and, other console latency and TV latency and all that stuff added together, there is no way that you can react to that. I mean, it's crazy what the time to kill is. Now, I don't know if that should be changed. I mean, that is part of the reason why the game feels as good as it feels. Because you can walk into a room and drop 5 guys like it's nothing. I mean, but maybe if they fixed all these other things, that wouldn't be as big of an issue. But this is just another thing on the pile that makes moving damn near impossible in this game. And kill streaks. We had score streaks. Score streaks are great. You get rewarded for playing the objective and doing other things in the game besides killing people. Why do we have to go back to kill streaks, dude? I don't know. I mean, I like Point Man, but Point Man, getting kill streaks of Point Man is harder, like, considerably, now that the tanks aren't a thing and they nerf some of the tank values. Like, getting a bunker buster doesn't reward as many points as it used to. Getting tank kills is not like what it used to. It doesn't give you anything. And capping the flags and doing all that stuff, I mean, dude, it's just a harder way to get your kill streaks. Just killing people is better if you just want to get your kill streaks, which is dumb. Like, bring us back to the point. Give us back score streaks. Make the kill streak. Why can't the kill streaks be a perk like Point Man and Point Man be the default? That would be so much better. That would make so much more sense. It would make so much more sense for the kill streaks to be the Point Man perk and for Point Man to be the default. And yeah, kill streaks, because that's the way it is right now. It's easier to get them when they're kill streaks. So yeah, have that be a perk. I don't know. It's silly. So changes I'd like to see made. The sound, I'm not sure if it needs to be nerfed again. I'm leaning towards yes, but if they fix all of these other things, then maybe the sound can stay. Kind of like the time to kill. Like, maybe the time to kill is fine if they fix all these other things. But the sound at least needs to be looked at, because this is part of the reason why 6v6 is so terrible, is because there's not as many sounds and it's easier to isolate where people are coming from. Whereas in Ground War, the sound whoring is nowhere near as bad. I mean, it's nowhere near as bad. So, do that. I'd like to see an outline around enemy players. Just a faint little outline, kind of like I think Overwatch does it. Overwatch puts a red outline around every player, if I remember right. Why can't we do that in COD? I don't know. Have the name tags pop up more generously. I mean, you have to be like dead on somebody to have the name tag pop up, and even then it's got a range. Yes, recon is in the game, but recon is kind of shit. Like, recon, I feel like it should show people like almost in your peripheral vision too, or at least it should be more generous relative to your crosshair placement. To show those name tags, because, dude, it sucks. I'd like to see faster movement in every department. Everything needs to be faster, because there's so many other issues working against this game that, with the map design, with the time to kill, everything, all the movement needs to be faster. You need to be running around faster, you need to be strafing faster, ADSing faster, sprint out time faster. All that stuff needs to be faster. If this was if this was Black Ops 1 and we weren't working against all these other factors, then yeah, I would say everything is fine. All those values are fine. But since there are so many issues with movement in this game, movement needs to be buffed across the board. And the time to kill, I don't want to change it. I don't want to change it because it does make the game feel good. But if all these other things are fixed and it's still an issue, maybe address it. And skill-based matchmaking, dude, bro. I mean, this is not a game for that. Call of Duty is not a game for that in the public matches. Now, especially when you hide it, dude. Hiding your MMR, hiding your rank is so evil that it's just not fun. It's not. If you want to have the whole game be ranked, fine. Halo 5 did that, where there were no social playlists. I think they ended up putting them back in the game. But there were no social playlists. Everything was ranked, but you could see your rank. Great. I know if I'm getting better at the game. But now with skill-based matchmaking, you're going crazy. Like, am I getting gaslit here? Am I actually getting better at this game? Or Am I just facing, like, you're spinning your wheels. It's not fun when that's a system in the game. And I know Drifter and that exclusive Ace guy came out with a video. They did some testing on it and basically concluded that yes, there is some sort of hidden elo system. That sucks. Either have it or don't. If you have it, show us what it is so we know if we're getting better. And if you don't, then don't have it. Have it be random like it always was in previous Call of Duties. And that randomness is fun. It's fun to not know what you're going to get. You might get that super hard lobby where it's super competitive. Or you might get that one where everybody's a 9-year-old and you just drop a nuke. I mean, both are fun. The reality is it's usually a mixture of good and bad players all throughout the game. But yeah, that sucks. And I hate how they break up the lobbies too. What is that? Geez, that's terrible. In terms of my experience with skill-based matchmaking, I have faced J Nasty and Aimbot Calvin a ton. So from my experience, it's absolutely in the game. I mean, I have faced Aimbot Calvin, God knows, I mean, probably 20 plus times at this point. So the chances of that without skill-based matchmaking, there's no way. And thank God I'm playing him in COD and not Overwatch, because it would not be going well for me in Overwatch. Some other things I'd like to see changed. The prestiging, the officer ranks thing, that's pretty lame. I mean, I would like, there's not enough there, and there's not enough of a grind. I mean, like, I hit 155 in, I mean, say what you want about my playtime, but I've been 155 since like day 2. Like, it did not take me very long, and I did no double XP. I mean, I did only play Ground War, so I'm sure that bumped up my score per minute, or my XP per minute, or whatever you'd call it. But I think I was max ranked day 2 or day 3, something like that. And I didn't get the game early, nothing like that. So it's not exactly hard to get max rank. So I wish there was more of a prestige grind there. Also, I think the prestige system is just better because it gets people out of using the same stuff over and over again. I mean, I'm kind of bad about this too. I use the AK-47 and the Odin like all the damn time. And if I was prestiging and I was forced to use other guns and forced to have to work my way back up to them, it kind of forces you to play the game in ways that you wouldn't normally play it if you had everything unlocked. So I think the officer system is kind of terrible. I mean, the officer ranks, like, who cares? The officer challenges are pointless. I mean, wow, you get more XP for doing an officer challenge? Great. It takes me no time to hit max rank anyway. Who cares? I'd rather have the prestige system. I think it's just better. And the bugs. I mean, wow. The Call of Duty is not typically known for its bugs. I mean, you look at Modern Warfare 2, sure, but for the most part, COD has always been fairly polished. Dude, not this time around. Wow, there's been a lot of really bad ones. Like the Ground War class select bug. Like, we're talking like a week of that. I mean, wow. That's a terrible bug. And there's been tons of other bugs and tons of, like, the challenges bug. Challenges in general just suck. There's not cool calling cards. There's not cool titles and stuff like that. I mean, all that stuff, which I never really cared about that much in the previous games. But at least they used to be a lot cooler than they are now. I mean, now there's hardly anything there. So, yeah, I would like to see, like, the crazy grindy stuff. Like the Modern Warfare 2 had, like, the 10,000 headshots to get the golden skull calling card. Like, stuff like that to just chase, right? It's not there. Everything is easy or just dumb. So, anyway, Modern Warfare, that's my perspective from somebody who's put in a lot of time to this game. Tons of redeemable things about this game. Ground War, for the most part, is very fun. The kill streaks are pretty fun. I like that the AC-130 is back. I like that the AC-130 is badass. If you couldn't tell, I really enjoy the AC-130. I'd like to see some more lethal kill streaks, some more of the higher stuff. More, like, helicopter alternatives. I mean, it's cool that we have the chopper gunner, but I'd like to see some more, like, I don't know, like escort drone swarm kind of stuff. Like, get us like a bombing run, like a what was the thing in Black Ops 1? It wasn't the bombing run, it was the big bombing run, right? I'd like to see some more stuff like that. Yeah, just more attack dogs. Come on, let's get some dogs in here. Let's do some cool shit with the kill streaks. More cool shit. So, yeah, I think that's about it. I think we hit about everything. This was the rant of Call of Duty Modern Warfare from the perspective of a max rank 3 KD player, rubbing it in. No, I just want to get my perspective from somebody who's actually good at the game, just because there's a lot of people that are struggling with it, and you only hear about that perspective from somebody that was good at previous games and now is not as good at this game. And I will admit that I'm not as good at this game as I have been at previous CODs, but I think that's about everybody. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of this game, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.